Hey guys, welcome to this video. In this video I will explain you real quick what different ways there are on how you can connect your HomeMatic devices to your Home Assistant setup. And those ways depend heavily on what kind of devices you want to control. In this picture you see 4 different ways how you can connect your devices. There's one main big difference. Those 2 on the right side here. For those you would only need an add-on to install on your Home Assistant setup. For those 2 on the left here, you would need an extra Raspberry Pi which would just run this special software. So we'll start on the right side here. Those way is the right one for you if you only want to control HomeMatic IP devices. In this case, you would buy an HMIP RF USB stick and just plug that into your Raspberry Pi running Home Assistant. You would then install this HomeMatic add-on and would be able to control HomeMatic IP devices. The second one is for this you would need this specific hardware. You would just plug that onto your GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi running Home Assistant. You would then install the HomeMatic add-on and would be able to control HomeMatic RF and HomeMatic IP devices. There's another way which I would not recommend. You would also need this hardware, but you would install the official HomeMatic add-on. But because this one is deprecated, I just would not recommend that. The third way would be to buy an extra Raspberry Pi together with this hardware again. You would then install the HomeMatic software directly onto the Raspberry Pi and then plug this mod, this HMod RPI PCB on top of that Raspberry Pi running HomeMatic. You would also need an Home Assistant instance, and in that Home Assistant instance you would install this integration HomeMatic IP local. You would install that from the Hex add-on store, so you would need to install Hex first. With that you would be able to control HomeMatic RF and HomeMatic IP devices. The fourth way is, again, you would need a Raspberry Pi to install the HomeMatic software, but this time you would need a different hardware. You would buy this PCB here on top and just plug that onto your Raspberry Pi running the HomeMatic software. You would also need a device running Home Assistant. On that you would install the HomeMatic IP local integration from the Hex store. With that, you'd be able to control your HomeMatic RF and HomeMatic IP devices, and also your HomeMatic wired devices. So guys, I hope I could help you with your decision on what hardware you want to buy and which software you want to install. We see us in the next video.